Hello, everyone. Good morning, guys. Am I audible? Audible, visible. Good morning, Nihal. Good morning, Manpreet. Audible. Can you guys see Nihal? Audible, visible. Fine. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Okay. Fine. Maria. Okay. I'm Kartika. Okay. Sure, Kartika. So. Kartika, I think all the videos have been uploaded now. Okay. All the videos, all the previous class videos, all the 5 videos, it has been uploaded, and all the PPTs have been uploaded. Yeah. Yesterday's class got cancelled due to some technical reasons. Yeah. It's audible, guys. Sahaya, it's audible. And I have to appreciate you guys. Many of you have sent your answers. That's very good. But I have evaluated all the answers. And I have sent the answers to the people who have written their email ID on the paper. So what I did was I downloaded all the PDFs that you have sent, and I evaluated, and then it was quite a difficult task to identify whose copy is this. So the people who have written their email ID on the answer sheet, they have got their evaluated copy. So today what I'll do is that I'll figure out who has sent those copies, and then I'll say by today 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock you will receive all your evaluated answer copies. And a sincere request from my side, that is from the next time, that is from today's class, if you send your answers copy, please put your email ID. Even if you don't put your name or any details, just put your email ID, that is fine. So that I can evaluate and send it back to the same email ID. So what I do is that I download all the PDFs at one time and then evaluate. So fine. You sir, you can send your answers anytime, any number of answers. I would be really happy to evaluate all the answers that you will be sending. IR, international relation answers. You can take up the PYQ. So take up PYQ, and you can send those answers. Fine. Okay. So any doubt in the previous class? Sure, Rupam. You can answer. Okay, fine. Okay, others, please, if you haven't written the answers, please write the answers, and you can send it to me. I'll evaluate. So things like I will evaluate from the UPSC perspective, in the sense what is working currently. If you see the current trend, how do we know the current trend? By analyzing the toppers copy. Say this year toppers copy, if you analyze, we get to know the trend, what is working or what is not working. So if you analyze, say rank 1 to rank 10, if you analyze their copies, you will get to know, acha, this model is working, that's why they are in the top 10, right? So based on that aspects, I can evaluate and send it to you. Raz, see here, I have got more than somewhere around 40-50 answers, around 40-50 answers from 40-50 different email IDs. So there are very few people, I think not more than 5-6, who have written their email ID on their answer copy. For them, I have immediately sent it, and others, I need to figure it out. So from which email did I download this answer, and then I have to revert that back. Fine. It would be very easy from my side if you just put your email ID, in whichever email ID you are sending, just write that email ID on the answer sheet. So what I usually do is that I download all the answer sheets at all the answer sheets at one go, and then evaluate and then send it back. Okay, so fine. Okay, guys. So now let us. Anjali, what's your question? What's your question? No, this is the sixth lecture. This is sixth lecture. Okay, Rajneesh, does India have enemy countries or there are always convergence of interest? See, Rajneesh, we do not call any country as an enemy country. That doesn't go well. So what we tell is that not so friendly country. So say Pakistan and China, we call it as not so friendly country. So we don't tell it as enemy country as such. Fine. Okay. Okay, guys. So now let us start with the relationship. Uh, so till I'll just summarize what all we did with in the previous class. That is India-Pakistan relation. See, India-Pakistan relation, we did not have a cordial relation since the beginning. Since 1947, we did not have a cordial relation with India, with Pakistan. So what happened in 1947? So immediately in 1947, what happened? The issue with respect to Kashmir was brought up by Pakistan. So Kashmir was a Muslim dominated region where the king was Hindu, but Pakistan wanted to acquire this territory, Kashmir, because it said that Kashmir is a Muslim dominated region. So since Pakistan is formed on the basis of religion, that is Muslim, so Kashmir is a Muslim dominated region. So Pakistan was telling that since Kashmir is a Muslim dominated region, we have to take the Kashmir. But however, the king, that is Raja Hari Singh, he did not wanted to join Kashmir to Pakistan. So as a reason, what happened? So Pakistan attacked Kashmir with the help of local tribals. So Pakistan started acquiring Kashmir territory with the help of local tribals. In that period, Raja Hari Singh contacted Indian government, that is Nehru, and as a response, Nehru sent the Indian army to Kashmir, and the Indian army stopped Pakistan's army's acquisition of Kashmir in 1947-48 war. So in the beginning, in the immediate of independence, we had a war with Kashmir. So that is first war. 1947 to 48, we had a first war. And then the relationship was not so great also. And what happened in by 1965? So 1965, in 1962 we had a war with China. So we had a war with China in 1962. After China war, China became very close ally with Pakistan. So Pakistan thought that now it is the right time, that is in 1965, it is the right time for Pakistan to attack India so that they can capture Kashmir. But it did not work out. Their plan did not work out. So in 1965, India retaliated against Pakistan and we won the war. So again in 1971, so we had a war with Pakistan. So that also we won. So Pakistan knew that they couldn't win a war against India in a direct manner. So what Pakistan did, say they started taking indirect actions like say proxy war. So from post 1971, so Pakistan started supporting Khalistans in Punjab, and this led to Khalistan movement in Punjab. And by 1980s also, Pakistan started funding the militant groups in Kashmir, and this created instability in Kashmir region. And by 1995, post 95, Pakistan's militancy support in Kashmir increased. And in 1999, so what happened, so Pakistan sent few of their people, that is a their tribal communities into Kargil, and Pakistan army tried to acquire Kargil. Even in 1999 war, in Kargil war, India won against Pakistan. So we had multiple wars. So starting from Nehru period till 1999, so there were no major reconciliation, or say no major efforts to go together. So even Nehru, even in initial periods, Nehru only during the initial periods, Nehru was in favor of Pakistan, that is was trying to engage with Pakistan. After 1965 war, India completely stopped its actions, or say its engagement with Pakistan. Again 1971, Indira Gandhi did not involve with Pakistan. It was a brief moment Rajiv Gandhi tried, but it was not a very proactive approach. But however, it was during Vajpayee's regime, the pro India started engaging with Pakistan in a proactive manner, because in 1996, please look at the timeline. In 1996, it was IK Gujral. He emphasized on building a good relationship with neighbors. So IK Gujral established this philosophy that India should establish a good relation with neighbors, and this was continued by Vajpayee. So Vajpayee proactively started engaging with Pakistan. Even though in 1999 we had a Kargil war, Vajpayee felt that. So Vajpayee gave an open statement, that is, we can change the friends, but we cannot change the neighbor. Since Pakistan is a neighbor, we have to engage with Pakistan so that it helps us in various ways, say in terms of connect Central Asia policy, in terms of getting natural gas from say Iran, getting a pipeline, getting oil from Iran, or say having access to Afghanistan. For all this variety, for all these various reasons, Pakistan is important. So as a reason, during Vajpayee's regime, there was a proactive engagement with Pakistan. So this is what we dealt in the last class, and now we'll continue in this class, that is phase of reconciliation, say from 2001 till 2008. So even in this phase of reconciliation, most of the work was done by Vajpayee. So even during Manmohan's regime, there's no much proactive engagement with Pakistan. So at during Vajpayee's regime, there was a lot of track one diplomacy. So what is track one diplomacy? When the government officials from both the sides, they engage in diplomatic contacts, that is called as track one diplomacy. But whereas during Manmohan Singh's regime, so not much emphasis was done on track one, but a lot of emphasis was done on track two diplomacy. So track two diplomacy was emphasized during Manmohan's regime, and even during Manmohan Singh's regime, it was not as proactive as that of Vajpayee. In fact, Vajpayee went to Pakistan, he engaged with the Pakistan Prime Minister, whereas Manmohan Singh did not go to Pakistan. But however, after this 2008 attack, that is 2008 Mumbai attack, even during Manmohan's regime, so they almost stopped engagement with Pakistan. That is after Mumbai attack. So now let us see what happened during this period, that is 2001 to 2008. So in this 2001 to 2008, we had Agra Summit. So what is this Agra Summit? 1999. Just look at the timeline. 1999 we had Kargil War. Before 1999, before 1999, Vajpayee was there, but he tried to engage. We had Kargil War. After 1999 Kargil War, so Vajpayee knew that we have to engage with Pakistan. There's no other alternative. So we should maintain a cordial relationship with Pakistan. So as a reason, we had something called as Agra Summit. In this Agra Summit, Prime Minister, that is the Indian Prime Minister and the Pakistani Prime Minister, met in Agra in order to discuss the bilateral issues between India and Pakistan. This was one of the big step in the entire journey between India and Pakistan's relationship. Agra Summit is kind of a watershed moment. So before that, we did not have any major interaction at this level. That is, prime ministers, both the prime ministers from both the country are discussing at the bilateral level, discussing all the bilateral issues in a cordial manner. This was one of the big steps that was there in this India-Pakistan relationship. So what is this Agra Summit? So Agra Summit is a meeting between the Indian Prime Minister and the Pakistani Prime Minister in order to discuss and resolve various bilateral disputes, mainly emphasizing on Kashmir issue. See, Kashmir issue is one of the most important issue between India and Pakistan. All other issues, like we discussed earlier, say cross-border terrorism or say Sar Creek issue, all these issues are smaller issue compared to Kashmir issue. So in this Agra Summit, Kashmir issue was taken as the most important thing and it was discussed. So what happened after Agra Summit? So the outcome was that both India and Pakistan agreed that let us maintain status quo in Kashmir. So for time being, let us maintain status quo in Kashmir, and let us focus on the economic engagements, and let us focus on the people to people contact. That is economic. Let us increase the trade. Let us increase the trade between India and Pakistan, and let us focus on the people to people contact. It was after Agra Summit, the Samjhauta Express was rolled out between India and Pakistan. That is the Delhi and Lahore. So the connectivity between Delhi and Lahore was started, and the trade between India and Pakistan picked up after Agra Summit. So what was the outcome of Agra Summit? It emphasized on increasing trade and increasing people to people contact and maintaining status quo in Kashmir. So see, Kashmir issue is the most complicated issues. So after in Agra Summit, it was decided that let us maintain status quo in Kashmir issue, but however, we will focus on engaging at economic level and increasing the people to people contact. Fine. So write down this phase of reconciliation. Reconciliation. Phase of reconciliation. Okay, so write down first one is Agra Summit. In this phase of reconciliation, Agra Summit. So Indian PM, so write down this one line, that is Agra Summit. It was a meeting between. It was a meeting between Indian PM and Pakistani and Pakistani counterpart. Pakistani counterpart to discuss the Kashmir issues. To discuss the Kashmir issues and other bilateral relations. Other bilateral relations. So below this, write down outcome. Yeah, so below this, write down outcome of Agra Summit. That is outcome of Agra Summit. So write down first one, write down increased increased economic ties. Increased economic, so please focus here, increased economic ties. See, Kashmir issue was quite complicated. So we had multiple wars for Kashmir. So it's quite complicated to resolve it. So even in Agra summit, the Kashmir issue was not resolved. That is, Pakistan did not give us POK. So it was quite complicated. So there was no major step that was taken regarding Kashmir issues. But however, it was decided that since Kashmir is a complicated issue, let us maintain status quo regarding that, and let us focus on the increasing economic ties, that is increasing the trade and investment between these two countries, between India and Pakistan. And secondly, second outcome was that increase people to people contact, increase people to people contact, people to people contact, people to people contact, increase people to people contact. So next one, right up. So this was one of the major outcome during Vajpayee's regime. So right up, right on. Next one, right on. Post parliament attack by Pakistan. Post parliament attack. So again in 2001, what happened? There was an attack on the Indian Parliament that was sponsored by Pakistan terror outfits. So after, see, Indian Parliament is considered as one of the, it is the temple of democracy, where entire India is represented in Indian Parliament. If there is any attack on Indian Parliament, it indicates that it is an attack on entire India, because entire India is represented in Indian Parliament. So in 2001, what happened? See, as I told earlier, so what happens? So look at the power structure in Pakistan. In Pakistan, there are multiple power structure. In India, there's only one power unit, that is Government of India. Whereas in Pakistan, there are multiple power structures. See, the top one is army, that is army, and the next one is government. Next one is the military militants, militants, and the last one is religious groups. Okay, these are the four important power units in Pakistan. So Agra summit, focus here, Agra summit was with government of Pakistan. So in Agra summit, we had involved with the government of Pakistan. So but what happened? So since we became closer with Pakistan's government, so Pakistan's militancy, they could not take this. So as a reason, what happened? Pakistan's militancy, they attacked Indian Parliament. So once they attacked Indian Parliament, again the relationship between India and Pakistan again came down. So during of post Agra summit, the relationship was increasing between India and Pakistan. After the Parliament attack, again the relationship came down. So right on, post Parliament attack from Pakistan by Pakistan. Post Parliament attack by Pakistan, the relation between India and Pakistan got strained. The relation between India and Pakistan got strained. The relation between India and Pakistan got strained. Fine, it got strained. And after this, yeah, even during post Parliament attack, even Vajpayee's regime did not stop all this Samjhauta Express between India and Pakistan. The trade, it did not affect a major impact on economic ties. But however, the diplomatic engagement between India and Pakistan reduced substantially after this Parliament attack. Next, what happened? What 2004, Dr. Manmohan Singh's regime came into place. During Dr. Manmohan Singh's regime, so there was a composite dialogue process that was initiated. Composite dialogue process. So write down composite post, that is 2004 to 2008. 2004 to 2008. Composite dialogue process. So Vajpayee's regime was Agra summit. So composite dialogue process was during Manmohan Singh's regime. So write down composite dialogue process between India and Pakistan, which aimed which aimed to resolve the Kashmir issue, which aimed to resolve the Kashmir issues, increase trade and people to people contact, increase trade and people to people contact, P2P, people to people contact. So you would have seen the Aman Ke Asha, the programs like say Aman Ke Asha. You would have seen about this Coke Studio, right? Coke Studio Pakistan. So the influence of Coke Studio Pakistan got in India increased during this period. So during Manmohan Singh's regime, the difference between Vajpayee's regime and Manmohan Singh's regime was that during Vajpayee's regime there was more emphasis on track one diplomacy. That is, the IFS officers from India were discussing with the diplomats of the Pakistan. So track one at government level, the emphasis was more on government level initiatives, whereas during Manmohan Singh's regime, not much emphasis was done on the government level. But however, track two and track two diplomacy, track two and track three diplomacy was much more emphasized. That is, the interaction between the universities, interaction between the professors, interaction between the think tanks, increasing people to people contact, increasing cultural contact between India and Pakistan. So that phase was that is between the 2004 and 2008. In this phase, cultural contacts was more emphasized, people to people contact was more emphasized, track 2 diplomacy was more emphasized compared to track 1 diplomacy. But however, what happened was that in 2008 there was a deadly attack on Mumbai, various places in Mumbai, and it was sponsored completely by Pakistan. So after this 2008 attack, that is, the government of India stopped its diplomatic engagements with Pakistan. So this composite dialogue process stopped after 2008 parliamentary attack. Fine. Chandan, yes, both summit. Yes, the difference between Vajpayee's regime and Manmohan Singh's regime is that in Vajpayee's regime, the government proactively engaged with the government of Pakistan. So see here. So what understand how the dynamics works in Pakistan. So in the dynamics is that there's a power center. So there are multiple power centers in Pakistan. One is army. This is army. This is Pakistani government. This is militant groups, say Lashkar-e-Toiba, Al Qaeda, all these militant groups, and the next one is religious entities. So there are four power centers. So when it was always seen that when we try to engage with any one entity, the other entity feels threatened and they start attacking India. So during Agra summit, what happened? So when government of India started engaging with the government of Pakistan, so these entities got threatened. That is, militants and religious entities, they got threatened and they started attacking India. So this was Vajpayee's regime. So this we learned a lesson, and then during Manmohan Singh's regime, what we decided was that we will not engage with any of these entities. Even the current Modi regime is also following the same strategy. That is, we will not have a proactive engagement at the government level. That is, we will not have a proactive engagement at track one diplomacy. So track one diplomacy, government to government, we will not have much contact. But however, we will push for economic trades. We will push for track two and track three diplomacy. If we promote track two and track three diplomacy, so what would happen? The power centers in Pakistan would not get affected, or so would not get threatened, because we are not engaging with any of the power centers. We are engaging with the track two. We are engaging at track two level and track three level. So this formula was followed during Manmohan Singh's regime, that is composite dialogue process. So but however, in 2008, so what happened? So we had Mumbai attack. After this, the track one diplomacy more or less stopped between India and Pakistan. But however, the track three diplomacy was still there. That is people to people contact. That is Bollywood movies were still telecasted or say showed in Pakistan, and the Pakistan's music were still promoted in India. The trade was going on. The trade between India and Pakistan was going on. But however, there was after 2008 attack, there was a major strain in terms of the track one diplomacy. Fine. Okay, fine. Okay, got it. Okay. So now what happened after 2008? So after 2008 till 2015, Manmohan Singh's regime, that is 2014, and immediately after 2014 there was a change in the regime in India, and you can consider after 2015 again. Again here you just need to know that 2014 to 2015, this short 1 year, Modi had a different policy. The current regime, the current Modi government had a different policy. After 2008, that is Mumbai attack, till 2014, Manmohan Singh's regime was very clear that we will not have a close contacts with any of the power entities in Pakistan. That is because we were running a case against Pakistan, Ajmal Kasab, and US was supporting India, and US was completely against Pakistan. And because of all these things, we did not engage with Pakistan at a track one diplomacy level, but we were engaging with track two and track three was going on. But what happened in when Modi came into when Modi became prime minister in 2014, what did Modi do initially? So he emphasized on neighborhood first policy. That is same thing like what Gujarat doctrine told. That is we should have a good contact with neighborhood, and the same policy was followed by Vajpayee. The similar Vajpayee policy was initiated by, or say reinitiated by, Modi. So during Modi's regime, that is the first year, that is 2014 to 15. In this first year, Modi invited the Pakistan's head to India, and there was an unplanned visit to Pakistan in 2015 December. There was an unplanned visit to Pakistan, but after this unplanned visit, so what happened? That is the government of India was becoming very close to the government of Pakistan. As I told earlier, there are multiple power centers in Pakistan. When the government of India started becoming very close to the government of Pakistan, so what happened? This triggered the Pakistani army, this triggered the militants. So what happened in 2016, that is in 2016, after 2016, there was a series of attack on India by Pakistan. So the current government changed its stance completely. Between 2014 to 2015, the current government, Modi government, wanted to build a very good relation with Pakistan. But however, when Pakistan attacked India from 2016, series of attacks took place in 2016. So then what happened? The current Modi government took a very aggressive stance. No prime minister had taken so aggressive stance. The current Modi government has taken a very aggressive stance against Pakistan. So during Manmohan Singh's regime also, after Mumbai attack, the diplomatic engagement, the track one diplomacy got strained. But however, track two and track three diplomacy were going on. But whereas after Modi's regime, what happened? Track one, after 2016 attack, a series of attacks in 2016, Modi's government took a very aggressive stance against Pakistan, and this also lowered track two and track three diplomacy. So that is phase of renewed aggression. That is aggression, very strong aggression against Pakistan. So that is your 2016. And again, one reason why there was a strain in the relationship post 2015 was that, you remember when we took India China relationship, China has something called as a CPEC, China Pakistan Economic Corridor. This China Pakistan Economic Corridor passes via Indian region, that is POK, Pak occupied Kashmir. This is Pak occupied Kashmir. Pak occupied Kashmir is an integral part of India, which is currently being held by Pakistan. So the CPEC passes via Indian part, that is POK. this triggered India. So after this is one reason which triggered India. But however, in 2016, if you see, there was a series of attack against India. Say there was a Pathankot attack, there was a Uri attack. So as a reason, so we indulged in a surgical strike against Pakistan. So after that also we had Pulwama attack. Again there was a airstrike against Pakistan. So after 2016, the relation between India and Pakistan is not so great as such. Even at the track 2 and track 3 diplomacy level, that is not so great. So you would have seen, say, in 2016, after this Pulwama, after this Pathankot attack, there was a massive campaign to boycott all the Pakistani actors. Many of the Pakistani actors who had a very good name in Bollywood movies, they had to go back to Pakistan. So this happened even during Manmohan Singh's regime. After Mumbai attack, this relation did not spoil the track 2 and track 3 diplomacy. That is, people to people contact was did not get hampered. But during Modi's regime, what happened after this Pathankot attack? Track 1 diplomacy got completely strained. That is, government to government relation got completely strained. It also affected track 2 and track 3 diplomacy. That is the difference between, say, Vajpayee's regime, Manmohan Singh's regime versus Modi's regime. Fine. So now write down. Guys, this is the sixth class. I don't know for what reason there's a confusion. This is the sixth class, sixth lecture, and all the previous lectures, I believe it has been uploaded with the PPT. Class timings 6 to 9 Chesty. Yeah, tell me, Shweta, what's the doubt? Oh, why is for doing all this when India's exchanging hands? See, Shweta, so why Pakistan always attacks India is that there are multiple power entities in Pakistan. So understand how the dynamics works. There are multiple power entities in Pakistan. One is army, and the next one is the government, and the next one is militant group, and the last one is religious entities. So the radical religious entities. So what happens, since we are a democratic country, we cannot engage with militant group. So in Pakistan, all these four entities wants themselves to be powerful. They want themselves to be relevant in Pakistan. They want themselves to be relevant in Pakistan. That is, the Pakistan public should know who they are, or say they should maintain the power over Pakistani public. So as a reason, since we are a democratic country, we cannot engage with militants, we cannot engage with the religious entities. So, and since Pakistan is also a republic, we cannot engage with army. So we cannot directly engage with army by negating the government of Pakistan. So as a reason, we are forced to engage with the government of Pakistan. When we engage with the government of Pakistan, what would happen? What happens? This militant group and this religious entities, they feel threatened that their importance in Pakistan is now coming down, because the government is the government of India is interacting with the government of Pakistan. So the government of Pakistan will become more powerful. So as a reason, so this militant entity are attacking India. So that's the reason. Fine. Karthik, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, I was informed that all the classes have been uploaded. So I am not much sure about this technicalities, man. To be very, I don't know about the administration part. Fine. Okay, Jagdish. classes not appearing in every batch. There are. Okay, Jagdish is telling that classes are not appearing on every batch. They are only available on batch one. So everyone should shift to batch one to attend IR class. Oh, is it? Okay, it seems I'm not sure about this information. I trust Jagdish, and he's telling that all IR classes have been uploaded in batch one. So everyone should shift to batch one to attend IR classes. Okay, Madhu, but Madhur is telling it's also uploaded in batch two. It's Zabba is telling it's also uploaded in batch six. Yeah, I am really sorry. No idea regarding this technicalities here. Anything regarding IR, anything regarding academics, please let me know. All the technicalities, please ask the concerned person. Fine. Okay. Yeah, what is the doubt, Anjali? Madhur is telling for all the batches it is working. Okay. Please, academics here. Okay, so please write down. So, phase of renewed aggression. Phase of renewed aggression. Phase of renewed aggression after 2015. After 2015. After 2015. So write down one small point. Write down. So this that is 2014 till 2015 for just 1 year. So the current Modi government tried to patch up with Pakistan. But however this did not work out properly. So for 1 year. So write down between between 2014 till 2015. Between 2014 to 15, Indian government tried to proactively engage. Indian government tried to Indian government tried to proactively engage with Pakistan under Pakistan under under its neighborhood first policy. Under its neighborhood first policy. Example, PM Modi. Example, PM Modi. Example, PM Modi took a surprise visit. Took a surprise visit to Pakistan. See, this is one of the big step that was taken between India and Pakistan. See, India and Pakistan since beginning it is a rival country. It is a not so friendly country. But when the heads of the state, that is when the head of the government, that is when Indian head meets with the Pakistani head without any proper arrangement, that was a big step. That is PM Modi visiting Pakistan without proper arrangements was a big step. So PM Modi tried to bridge the relation between India and Pakistan, like how Vajpayee did when he proactively, despite Kargil war, Vajpayee initiated Agra summit. So, but however, during Manmohan Singh's regime after Mumbai attack, there was no major track one diplomacy. That is, the government to government contact was not adequately built. But PM Modi wanted to rectify this. So between 2014 to 2015, what happened? He under neighborhood first policy, he proactively engaged with Pakistan. That is, the governments proactively engaged with Pakistan, and in 2015 he made a surprise visit to Pakistan. That was a big step in itself. So then what happened in 2016? So yeah, in 2016, post right on in 2016, a series of terror attacks. In 2016, a series of terror attacks In 2016, a series of terror attacks in India by Pakistan. In 2016, a series of terror attacks in India by Pakistan strained the diplomatic strained the diplomatic relation. Example, Patankot attack 2016. Example, Patankot attack 2016. Uri attack 2016. Uri attack 2016. This was retaliated by India. Through a surgical strike in 2016. This was retaliated by India through a surgical strike in 2016. Fine. Okay. So next, below this, write down. In 2016, the implementation of CPEC. What is CPEC? China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The implementation of CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, picked up. It was announced in 2015. CPEC was announced in 2015, but the active work started in 2016. Again, it irritated India because this China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is going in India's territory. See, if you see here, this is India's territory. Even though it is a POK, Pak Occupied Kashmir, but that's an Indian territory. So how can China build, both China and Pakistan build an infrastructure project in Indian territory without the permission of India? So again, it irked India against Pakistan. So here write down. In 2016, the implementation of CPEC picked up. That compromised India's sovereignty. as CPEC passes through Indian territory. As CPEC passes through Indian territory. This is Indian territory. As CPEC passes through Indian territory, within bracket you write POK. Within brackets POK. Indian territory within brackets POK. Fine. Okay, so even after 2016, the relation between India and Pakistan got severely strained. And then what happened in 2019? We had Pulwama attack. That is, Pakistan attacked India again. So write down. In 2019, Pakistan again attacked India in Pulwama. In 2019, Pakistan again attacked India in Pulwama. Which was retaliated by India. Through airstrikes. through airstrikes. Through airstrikes. This further strained the relationship. This further strained the relations. This further strained the relations. This further strained the relation. Just 1 second, hold on, please. Fine. Okay, so even today we do not have a very cordial relationship with Pakistan, because after this 2019 airstrike attack, both the countries are not in a good relationship. So right on, post post right on, post 2019, both India and Pakistan, both India and Pakistan are engaging are engaging at NSA level. NSA is National Security Advisor level. Are engaging at NSA level, National Security Advisor level. Are engaging at NSA level, National Security Advisor level, to bridge the trust deficit. To bridge the trust deficit. Bridge the trust to bridge the trust deficit. To bridge the trust deficit. Fine. So even today, if you see, there's no direct relation between India and Pakistan at the government level. But however, there are a lot of news media reports says that secretly the NSA, that is unofficially the NSA of India, meets the NSA of Pakistan and tries to resolve the issues. So so many cases, so many media reports have been telling this. That is Indian NSA meeting Pakistani NSA in Dubai, or say in Doha, in Qatar. So in various Middle East countries, that is the Indian NSA meets the Pakistani NSA to resolve the disputes. So this is the ongoing disputes as of now. This is the current stance. The current stance between India and Pakistan is that there's no direct no cordial relation between India and Pakistan at the government level. And due to this Pathankot attack, what happened, it also strained the India Pakistan relationship at people to people level. So before 2016, you would not notice that the common public, the hatred, the anger against Pakistan creeping down to common public. There's no major anger against Pakistan at the common public level. But however, after 2016 Pathankot attack, what happened? The people to people contact also got strained. Despite 2008 despite 2008 Mumbai attack, people to people contact was still established. That is, we had Pakistani actors coming to India, or say we had Indian actors going to Pakistan. So people to people contact was there. The trade was ongoing. There was trade between India and Pakistan. But however, the current Modi's regime, what happened? That is aggression. That is renewed aggression. In the face of renewed aggression, the aggression between Indian government and Pakistani government was so much so that that aggression has now crept to the has now seeped into the people to people level. Now even people, the common public also have show some aggression towards Pakistan. So this has never happened, even during Vajpayee's regime, also even during Manmohan Singh's regime. But after Pathankot attack, even people see, and one of the main reason can also be considered for social media activism. So all these keyboard warriors, because of this keyboard warriors, also social media activism, the aggression at the government level has now creeped, or say has now seeped into the public also. Fine. So this is India-Pakistan relationship, evolution of India-Pakistan relationship. Now let us see what are the area of convergence where both India and Pakistan can work together. So write on this area of convergence. So write on. So in which area both India and Pakistan can work together? The first one is economic cooperation. So why economic cooperation? See, Pakistan is also a developing country. India is also a developing country. So when during initial period of Modi regime, say during say 2014 to 2015, what was Modi's what did Modi tell in a speech? He told that both countries should fight a war against poverty. He told it, rather than focusing on Kashmir, let both the countries should fight a war against poverty, because in both countries, both India and Pakistan have a lot of poverty issues. So if we focus on economic engagement, so the economic cooperation, say in terms of trading, in terms of investment, so what would happen? It would benefit both the countries. So what is the first important cooperation, that is convergence of interest, is that economic cooperation. So right on economic cooperation in terms of trade and investment, economic cooperation in terms of trade and investment, in terms of trade and investment will in terms of trade and investment will help in reducing poverty, will help in reducing poverty, will help in reducing poverty in the region, will help in reducing poverty in the region. So what Modi told was that we both, that is both India and Pakistan, should fight a war against poverty. So rather, because see, India and Pakistan has a history of fighting wars between each other. Say 1947, 48, 65, year 71, Kargil war. 4 wars have been fought. So what Modi told was that now it is a time to fight a war against poverty. So both India and Pakistan should focus on this aspect, that is trade and investment, and it is going to benefit both the parties. And the next area of convergence where both India and Pakistan are on the same page is that economic change and climate change and environmental issues. See, if you consider here, Pakistan is also getting badly impacted due to climate change. India also is getting badly impacted due to climate change. So now both Pakistan and India are on the same page to resolve this climate change issues. So you would have seen that recently. So some 5-6 months back, there was a severe or some massive floods in Pakistan. So that was mainly due to the climate change. So even the flood situations and the current heat waves is also common in India, mainly because of climate change. So both India and Pakistan are on a same page to control climate change and environmental issues. So next one write on cooperation regarding climate change, cooperation regarding climate change and environmental issues, climate change and environmental issues, to avoid any disasters, to avoid any disasters, to avoid any disasters, to avoid any disasters. Okay, to avoid any disaster. So again here, please focus here. Both look at the economic structure of India. That is, India is a developing country. Pakistan is also a developing country. If we are a developing country, we require a lot of energy needs. That is, a developing country will have to establish a lot of manufacturing units. A lot of population are also there. Since if we have to establish a lot of manufacturing units and there are a lot of population, we require energy. So we require energy source. So there's a energy pipeline known as Turkmenistan, that is Tapi pipeline. Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India gas pipeline. So from Turkmenistan, that is, as I told earlier, Central Asia has rich resources of natural gas. So Turkmenistan has a good resource of natural gas, and which is very crucial for India's development. And same is with Pakistan. Pakistan also requires natural gas. So in order to implement this pipeline, that is gas pipeline, Tapi pipeline, we require Pakistan support, and Pakistan also requires India support, because Pakistan cannot indulge in funding for this Tapi pipeline. So Pakistan, since it is economically poor compared to India, India can give some fundings to Pakistan in order to implement this Tapi pipeline. In order to implement Tapi pipeline, if we implement Tapi pipeline, it is going to benefit Pakistan also, because the gas pipeline passes through Pakistan, and also it is going to benefit India also. So in this aspect, we both are on the same page. That is, both India and Pakistan wants to implement this Tapi pipeline. And also in this Tapi pipeline, in fact, India wants a lot of favor from Pakistan, because India has to, that is, Pakistan has to ensure security for this gas pipeline. If there's any disruption in this gas pipeline, it is going to affect India. So we both, that is, both India and Pakistan are on the same page regarding this energy transportation, that is Tapi pipeline. So below this, write down both India and Pakistan, both India and Pak, both India and Pakistan, both India and Pakistan can cooperate in implementing Tapi pipeline. Can cooperate in implementing Tapi pipeline. Okay, so Steven, what's happening? So currently, when we take up Middle East, we'll further go in detail. Currently, majority of our natural gas is from Middle East. That is, say this is your Gujarat. So this is your Africa, and this is your Middle East. So this is Middle East. So this is Middle East. This is here Saudi. So here we have Qatar. So Qatar is one of the important exporter of natural gas to India. Qatar is one of the important player who is going to supply natural gas to India. So currently, what is happening is that we are mainly dependent on the Middle East for natural gas. So what happens if we are mainly dependent on Middle East for natural gas? If Middle East stops the supply, it is going to affect India, India's economic growth. So, but Central Asia also has good natural gas resources. We haven't tapped the Central Asian market, Central Asian natural gas resources. So why just depend on only one country? So if Central Asia is also having natural gas, if we diversify our imports, tomorrow if Middle East doesn't provide us natural gas, we can get the natural gas from Central Asia. If tomorrow Middle East increases the price of natural gas, we can get the natural gas at, say, a cheaper price from Central Asia. So that's the reason we want to diversify our imports of natural gas. The same is with Pakistan. Pakistan also mainly depends on the Middle East for natural gas. Say both India and Pakistan mainly depends on Middle East for natural gas. If we diversify our resources, tomorrow Middle East, even if they increase the price or even if they stop the supply of natural gas, it will not affect India and Pakistan in this aspect. It's fine. Okay. Next one, right? Counter terrorism. Both again here, counter-terrorism, both India and Pakistan are on the same page in this aspect. That is, both of them wants to control the terror activities, also wants to stop the terror activities. See, the militant group that are there in Pakistan, say Lashkar-e-Toiba, all this militant group. So these militant group are again a threat to both India and Pakistan. Even Pakistani government doesn't want militant group, but however, since Pakistan government is not a very strong government, they are not able to eliminate the militant group. So, but however, this militant group also come and attack India. So you would have noticed that the Lashkar-e-Toiba, say for example, Mumbai attack was sponsored by a militant group. The hijacking of Indian Airlines was sponsored by a militant group. Say Kargil war, even in Kargil war, militants supported the Pakistani army and attacked Indian army. So militant group in Pakistan are a threat to both India and Pakistan. Pakistani government is also trying to eliminate militant group, but however they are not capable enough to eliminate militant group. So again here the area of convergence is that both Indian government and Pakistani government wants to eliminate the militant group or say and wants to eliminate the terrorism. Fine. Okay, so write down counter-terrorism. Both India and Pakistan aims to control the terror activities. Aims to control the terror activities in the region. Aims to control the terror activities in the region. See, Chandan, okay, aims to control the terror activities in the region. Okay, why can't we remove the militant group completely in Pakistan? Okay, with the help of Pakistan government. See, it is not very simple issue as such, Chandan. So there are various militant group, and top of it, Pakistani government is not a strong government as such, because there are multiple power centers. So and since we are in a 21st century, we respect other countries' sovereignty. We cannot barge into other country and kill their militant group. Similarly, how China cannot enter into India and kill the Naxals in India, and similarly, how say Pakistan cannot enter into India and kill the Naxals in India. Naxals is our issue, so we will manage it. Militancy in Pakistan is their issue. They will have to manage it. We can just provide some aid, but we cannot go and kill the militants in their territory. Fine. Okay, so these are the areas of convergence. And what are the area of divergence between India and Pakistan? Just small, just 10 seconds. Yeah. So, what are the areas of divergence between India and Pakistan? Kashmir dispute is one of the biggest divergence between India and Pakistan. Even today, Pakistan wants claims over Kashmir, which India is not ready to give, because Kashmir is an integral part of India, and Pakistan still believes that, say in 1947, the Raja Hari Singh, he cheated Pakistan by not merging Kashmir with Pakistan. So even today, Pakistan claims that Kashmir has to be merged with Pakistan. But however, this claim is not accepted by India, and it completely says that in Kashmir is an integral part of India, and we shall never give Kashmir to Pakistan. So this is the divergence. The biggest divergence is Kashmir dispute. Pakistan claims that Kashmir belongs to us. India says that forget about that. Kashmir is an integral part of India. So this is the divergence of interest. So write down. So area of divergence. First one is Kashmir disputes. Kashmir disputes. So here I don't. Pakistan still claims. Pakistan still claims that Kashmir. Pakistan still claims that It's been more than 75 years since independence. Even now, Pakistan still claims that Kashmir belongs to them. So write down, Pakistan still claims Kashmir. Pakistan still claims Kashmir, but however, India completely rejects this claim. However, however, India completely rejects this claims. This claims as India completely rejects this claims as Kashmir is an integral part of India. As Kashmir is an integral part of India. Fine. Okay. Next one is cross-border terrorism. Okay, cross-border terrorism, again, it is an area of divergence. Why cross-border terrorism? So what is happening is that India says that the terror activities in Kashmir is sponsored by Pakistan. So the cross-border terrorism, say in this region, yeah, here. So in this region, so this part, whatever the terror activities that takes place in this part, India says that this terror activities is sponsored by you guys, that is Pakistan. Pakistan tells us no, we are not, we don't have any role in this terror activities. Pakistan says that these these militant groups, they are Indians only, they are attacking against Indian government. But we have clear evidence that the Indians over here who attack Indian government are being sponsored by Pakistan. We, even after giving clear evidence, Pakistan says that no, they are Indians, they are attacking your government because they do not like your control over Kashmir region. That is Pakistan's stance. That is cross-border terrorism. So Pakistan is not ready to accept that there is cross-border terrorism, and Pakistan is not ready to control the cross-border terrorism. Pakistan is purposefully promoting cross-border terrorism. So this is the divergence of issues between India and Pakistan. India wants Pakistan to stop this cross-border terrorism, but Pakistan tacitly supports this militants who's indulging in cross-border terrorism. So right down here. So India, cross-border terrorism. India wants Pakistan. India wants Pakistan to control. India wants Pakistan to control the cross-border terrorism. Cross-border terrorism along Punjab Kashmir border. Along Punjab along Punjab Kashmir border. Along Punjab Kashmir border. However, 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 Pakistan, Pakistan tacitly, Pakistan tacitly supports, however, Pakistan tacitly supports the militant group indulging in cross-border terrorism. Militant group indulging in cross-border terrorism. Tacitly supports a militant group indulging in cross-border terrorism. Fine. Okay. Next one is territorial disputes. So we saw earlier that is Sar Creek. So Gujarat region, there is Sar Creek. Again here, the Sar Creek is a territorial disputes. So India is not, both India and Pakistan are not ready to give up their land. So that is the territorial dispute. So write down here, territorial disputes. Example, Sar Creek issue. Example, Sar Creek. Sir Creek. Example, Sir Creek issue. Sir Creek issue. As both countries are not ready to accept, as both countries are not ready, both countries are not ready to accept a common border, accept a common border, accept a common border. Okay, so cross-border terrorism, proxy warfare is same. So next one is China factor. China factor. China factor. India doesn't want CPEC. India doesn't want CPEC. China Pakistan Economic Corridor. India doesn't want CPEC, but Pakistan is supporting it. But Pakistan is supporting it. But Pakistan is supporting it. Fine. Okay. So these are the divergence of issues, or say divergence of interest between India and Pakistan. Okay. So write down. So below this, write down measures to overcome the divergence of interest. Measures to overcome the divergence of interest. Measures to overcome the divergence of interest. See, again here, as we spoke earlier, what are the measures that we have taken in, say, Kashmir, so with respect to China? The same measures we have to do it with respect to Pakistan. So that is the standard. If you're writing an answer, so for one question, the answer would be what how do we overcome the divergence of interest between India and China? That is diplomatic engagements, increasing cultural contacts, increasing investment, that is trade and investment. So these are the various factors, joint patrolling, etc. So these are the various steps to reduce the divergence of interest between any country. Even with Pakistan also, this is the measures to reduce this divergence of interest. How do you resolve Kashmir disputes? Diplomatic engagement. It is not that we'll go and indulge in a war. So that is not a measure to resolve any of these issues. So the best way of overcoming this divergence of interest, write down measures to overcome this divergence of interest. First one is increasing diplomatic engagement at high levels. Increasing diplomatic engagements at high levels. At high diplomatic engagements at high. Increasing diplomatic engagements at high levels. At high levels, in the sense ministers and above. So that is at high levels. And next one is increasing people to people contact. Increasing people to people contact. Increasing people to people contact. Fine. Third one is increasing economic cooperation. Increasing economic cooperation. Increasing economic cooperation through trade and investment. Through trade and investment. Economic cooperation through trade and investment. Through trade and investment. Fine. And the last one is, say, promoting a joint patrolling. joint patrol, joint patrolling along borders, along borders, along borders. Fine. Okay, so these are the ways through which we can overcome the divergence of interest between India and Pakistan. Okay, Shika, this, yeah, class 345 has already been taken. So this is class number 6. Soumya Sri, so with increase in economic cooperation, okay, are we not entertaining threats of same revenue? No, there is no alternative, Soumyashri. It's not that we can always maintain a hard relation with Pakistan. It's not possible. As Vajpayee told, we can change our friends, we cannot change our neighbor. And Pakistan is a crucial, very important for India to enter into Afghanistan or say to enter into Central Asia market. So there is no alternative. We have to do it. Also, even if you read the book of the former NSA, the Shushankar Menon, in the book My Choices, he tells that there is no way. He tells that in the near future there is no way. He's the former NSA, National Security Advisor. He tells that there is no way, no power can resolve this Kashmir disputes in the near future. It is not possible because it is so complicated. It is not possible. The only way is that we can postpone this resolving of Kashmir disputes. But however, now we have to engage in terms of economic interaction, and people to people contact. So joint patrolling means along the borders. So now what is the issue? The issue is Kashmir disputes, that is border disputes. Say along the border, so along the border, both we have to patrol, right? We have to patrol. We have to patrol. That is Indian army will be patrolling, Pakistani army will be patrolling. If we jointly patrol along the borders, so what would happen? It will increase the trust between both the countries. Sure, Anjali. I'll ask them to upload. Upload. Someone told it. All the classes have been uploaded in say batch 1, 6, and 7. I feel so. Okay. I will ask them to upload class 3, 4, 5. Fine. Okay. Manpreet is telling it's already uploaded. Okay. Can we have a problem? Sure, Pavitra. Chandan, PPT is also uploaded. Chandan, I don't know. I'll ask them to upload this classes for all the batches. Okay, I'll ask them. I'll ask them. Fine. Okay, so now we'll take up India Afghanistan. So if you have any doubt regarding India Pakistan, please let me know. Sunil, where do they get funding? Milton's. Okay, Milton's gets funding from arms trade, illegal arms trade, and illegal drug trade. So there is a golden crescent is there. So in this golden crescent, Pakistan is a part of it. So yeah. So there's a lot of opium cultivation in Pakistan and by the Milton Group, and they sell this drugs in order to get the funding. Okay, joint patrolling is done. Fine, fine, fine. Okay. Okay, Shankar Sana, if you have not watched class 3, 4, 5, probably you will not understand the format in which we are going, also the basic content, basic evolution of this India-Pakistan relation, or say for that matter, India-Afghanistan relation. Fine. Okay. So write down India-Afghanistan. India-Afghanistan. Okay. So we'll take a break. So that once we start India Afghanistan, I don't want to give any break in between. So we'll have to come. We have to complete this India Afghanistan today. Fine. Okay, so we'll take a break. So come back. So now it is say 7:30. Come back by 7:45, please. So initially, I'll be explaining the basics about India Afghanistan. This history is very important. Only then you will know the why currently we are having a strained relation with Pakistan. Sorry, with Afghanistan. Fine. So please come back exactly at 7:45. Okay. So thank you guys. Yeah, guys. So, welcome back. So, let us start with India Afghanistan relationship. Fine. So again, here India-Afghanistan relationship is not something very new as such. So India-Afghan relationship dates back to centuries, or say even during your Indus Valley civilization. So even since Indus Valley civilization, we have a relationship with Afghan regions. So you would have seen even during Ashoka regime, the Mauryan, the Gandhara art. So where did you get from? Where did India get this Gandhara art from? So again, Afghan period. So India-Afghan relationship is not something very new as such. It has been an old relation since multiple centuries. So what's your question, Sarthak? Fine. Okay, so please write down. So India-Afghan relationship. So India, Afghan, this is India and this is Afghanistan. So we share a small border with Afghanistan. So this part, however, this part is this part is POK, that is Pak occupied Kashmir. This part is POK, Pak occupied Kashmir. A small part of Afghanistan touches with has contacts with this POK, Pak occupied Kashmir. So still we consider, since POK is an integral part of India, Afghanistan is India's neighbor. The projects, the Belt and Road Initiative, the projects of China around India is considered a string of pearls. So that's the old name. Okay, fine. See, let us not go into all this the fancy words that is taken by given by some institute. Let us go with the government document. So Pakistan, the string of pearls. China doesn't accept what the phrase string of pearls. Neither Indian government accepts this phrase string of pearls. So, string of pearls. The official name is Belt and Road Initiative. Fine. Sure, Someshri. I'll ask that. Yes, Payal. Second, third, fourth, fifth lectures have been completed. This is the sixth one. Okay. Okay, so this is Afghanistan, this is India. And why Afghanistan is important for India? I'll briefly summarize why Afghanistan is important. Okay, why Afghanistan is important for India. So if you see here, in order to access Central Asia is has a lot of minerals and has a lot of resources. So in order to access Central Asia, Afghanistan plays a very crucial role. And Afghanistan in itself has a lot of minerals. It has a lot of minerals that are very important for us. And India can export a lot of goods to Afghanistan. That is one important reason why Afghanistan is important. Why Afghanistan is useful for India. First thing is that Afghanistan is a big market, and secondly, via Afghanistan we can access the Central Asia. So these are the two main reasons why Afghanistan is needed for India. Fine. So Afghanistan is a big market where we can export our goods and services to Afghanistan, and secondly, via Afghanistan we can access Central Asia. So these are the few important reasons why we have to focus on Afghanistan. But however, India-Afghanistan relationship is not something very new. So India-Afghanistan relationship has been developed since the ancient times. So write down India-Afghanistan evolution, India-Afghanistan relationship. Evolution of India-Afghanistan relationship. So please write on this. Evolution of evolution evolution of India-Afghan relation. Evolution of India-Afghan relation. Evolution of India-Afghan relation. Okay, so So write down, since ancient times, since the ancient times. So first one write down, first point write down, ancient times. Ancient times. Okay, since ancient times, see again here, since ancient times there were relation between, yeah, since ancient times there were a relation between India and Afghanistan in terms of various aspects. So first one write down, trade. Trade. So write down, via Khyber Pass, via Khyber Pass, via Khyber Pass, via Khyber Pass, goods were goods were traded. Traded via Khyber Pass, goods were traded between India and Afghan. Between India and Afghan. Between India and Afghan. Via Khyber Pass, goods were traded between India and Afghan region. And the second one is Buddhism. Spread of Buddhism. Spread of Buddhism. Spread of Buddhism from India, to Afghan. Spread of Buddhism from India to Afghan. Spread of Buddhism from India to Afghanistan. Spread of Buddhism from India to Afghanistan. Around 3 to around 3rd and 2nd century BCE. Around 3rd and 2nd century BCE. Spread of Buddhism. And we also had a political connection between India and Afghanistan, say during Mauryan period. That is under Ashoka's empire, under Ashoka, during Ashokan regime. So he had contacts, he had political influence up to Afghanistan. So write down, next one write down, political connection. Political connection. Political connections during Mauryan Empire. During Mauryan Empire. During Mauryan Empire, Ashoka extended Ashoka extended his influence into Afghan. Extended his influence into Afghan. Extended his influence into Afghan. Ashoka extended his influence into Afghan region. Fine. So even during Ashokan period, so we had extended, that is India had extended its influence in Afghan region also. So India-Afghan relation is not something new. So we had a good relation in the ancient times, but even during British Raj also, so we had good relation with Afghanistan. Like how British Raj maintained good relation with Tibet. So, how did British Raj during British time? So we had a good relation with Tibet because Tibet was considered as a buffer state, because we had in China the Qing dynasty. The Qing dynasty was there, so that was a big power. So in order to prevent the Chinese attack into India, so we had a good relation with Tibet, and we considered Tibet as a buffer state. Similarly, so Russian Empire was a big empire. So what we did, so we considered Afghanistan as an buffer state, Afghanistan as a buffer state, so that Russia could not enter into India. That is, the Russian Empire could not increase its influence into India, that is under British India. So as a reason, what we so during British times there was Treaty of Rawalpindi. So in this Treaty of Rawalpindi, the British, that is Afghanistan, got autonomy, and Afghanistan was treated as a buffer state. So below this, write down during British Raj. So during British Raj. So first point, write down Treaty of Rawalpindi. Treaty of Rawalpindi. Treaty of Rawalpindi gave autonomy to Afghanistan. Gave autonomy to Afghanistan. Gave autonomy. Gave autonomy. Gave autonomy to Afghanistan, and gave autonomy to Afghanistan. Next point, write down British treated Afghan as a buffer state. British treated Afghan British treated Afghan as a buffer state. As a buffer state against a Russian Empire. British treated Afghanistan as a buffer state against a Russian Empire. British treated Afghan as a buffer state against Russian Empire. So here during British era also we had relationship with Afghanistan. That is, British treated Afghanistan as a buffer state against Russian Empire. But what happened after independence? India started having a close relationship with Afghanistan. So right on post independence. So what happened post independence? Both the countries signed Treaty of Friendship. So right on post independence in 1950, post independence in 1950, both nations signed Treaty of Friendship. Post independence in 1950, both nations signed Treaty of Friendship. That included political cooperation. That included political cooperation, economic cooperation. That included political cooperation, economic cooperation, and cultural cooperation. Political cooperation, economic cooperation, and cultural cooperation. So in the beginning of say 1950, so we had a close relationship. That is, we initiated the diplomatic engagement with Afghanistan in 1950 itself. That is, both India and Afghanistan signed this Treaty of Friendship. So there we emphasized on political cooperation, economic cooperation, and cultural cooperation. So this was emphasized. So now if we have to further analyze what is the evolution of India-Afghanistan relationship, you should know a brief summary about the political system in Afghanistan. In Afghanistan is known as graveyard of empires. Afghanistan is known as graveyard of empires. Multiple empires have come into Afghanistan, and they have they have faced severe repercussions. So the recent one is USA. US spent almost $1 trillion, almost somewhere around $900 billion were spent on Afghanistan. But however, at the end, what happened? So US lost. So similarly, Russia also spent a lot of money in Afghanistan. Even Russia lost. So in order to understand the political dynamics in Afghanistan, you should know the evolution of political system in Afghanistan. Why Afghanistan is a crucial player. So why all the big powers they suffer defeat in Afghanistan. So this you have to understand. So evolution of political system in Afghanistan. So write down here evolution of political system in Afghanistan. Write down evolution of political system in Afghanistan. So here, so what happened? We had Afghanistan was under monarchy. It was under a monarchy, but however, the monarchy was very liberal monarchy. The king was very liberal. He wanted to, that is, he wanted to develop Afghanistan. Say you cannot compare the monarchy of Afghanistan with the monarchy of North America. North Korea. North Korean monarchy, he's not is not a very liberal person as such, but whereas in Afghanistan, which had monarchy, so he was more liberal. So write down here monarchy under King Zahir Shah, monarchy under King Zahir Shah, 1950s, 1950s to 73, 1950s to 73. 1950s to 73. So what happened? He was a king. That is, King Zahir Shah ruled for almost 50 years. So from 1933 till 1973. So he was the king, but almost 50 years he was the king. But after 1950s, he changed his complete strategy. So after 1950s, what happened? The King Zahir Shah, he wanted to reform the Afghan society. He wanted to ensure there is stability in Afghanistan, that would bring trade, that would bring investment, that would bring prosperity in Afghanistan. So what happened? So here, right on here, post 1950, that is King Zahir Shah between 1950s to 1973, right on, post 1950s, post 1950s, Shah emphasized on stability. Shah, that is King Zahir Shah, emphasized on stability, emphasized on stability, emphasized on stability and modernization, modernization, modernization of infrastructure, modernization of infrastructure, modernization of infrastructure, education, modernization of infrastructure, education, and various diplomatic initiatives, and various diplomatic initiatives, various diplomatic initiatives. So what happened after 1950s? King Zahir Shah, he emphasized a lot on modernization. So after similar to Nehru, who emphasized a lot on modernization. So similarly, Zahir Shah also emphasized a lot on modernization. He emphasized a lot on infrastructure development and a lot on education. That is liberalization. That is, liberal values were inculcated. So what happened when liberal values were inculcated? You have to understand here, Afghanistan has a lot of tribal communities, diverse tribal. Just think like this: Afghanistan is one region. In this each region, there are lot of small groups belonging to various tribal communities. These small groups of various tribal community have their own leader, they have their own political system, they have their own rules, they have their own marriage laws, etc. They also have their weapons, etc. So in Afghanistan, so has a lot of diverse tribal community. Each tribal community has their own chief. So as a reason, what happened? So at the overall, Afghanistan had King Zahir Shah, but Afghanistan as a region had multiple tribal community, and each tribal community had a king. And what happened during this period? Few of the tribal communities who were following Sharia law, so who were following the regressive aspects of the religion. So they got irked, or say they got irritated when Zahir Shah focused on modernization of education, when Zahir Shah focused on equality, when Zahir Shah focused on women education, etc. So these people got irritated, or say they got irked, saying that this goes against our religion. So we cannot be following this. This goes against Sharia law. So all these things were going on during Zahir Shah period. But however, Zahir Shah post 1950s to 1973 was one of the liberal monarch. Even though he was a monarch, he was not an elected person. He was a monarch. Even though he was a liberal monarch, even though he was a monarch, he was liberal. He emphasized on education and infrastructure development. It was under his regime that India established a diplomatic contact with Afghanistan. That is, India signed the friendship treaty with King Zahir Shah. So he was a friendly person to India. So then what happened in 1973? So in 1973, what happened? The cousin, or say the cousin of Zahir Shah, indulged in a military coup and he overthrew this Zahir Shah. So what happened? So Daud Khan was a cousin of Zahir Shah. So he threw a coup. So he removed King Zahir Shah and he established himself as a government. So in 1973, yeah, from 1973 till 1978, it was Daud Khan's government. So he wanted to he did not like Zahir Shah's liberal values, emphasis on modernization of education. He did not like that, but as a reason, so there was a coup, there was a military coup, and this due to this military coup, the Zahir Shah was removed and Daud Khan was in place. Muhammad Daud Khan was in place. So right on 1973 to 1978, 1973 to 1978, Daud Khan established Daud Khan established a government, a Republican government in Afghan, which had which had political unrest, which had political unrest, political unrest across Afghanistan. Since this government, Daud Khan's government, was established through a military coup, that is by overthrowing the previous king, that is Zahir Shah. So this government was established. So there was a lot of political unrest against this government. That is from 1973 till 1978. It was not a very so sorry. One second. So sorry. Just 1 second. Yeah, guys. Sorry. A few things fell down. Okay. I think the camera angle is fine, right? All visible, right? No rashes, no earthquake. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So please see here. I'll quickly summarize here. So Zahir Shah was a good person. So he started liberalizing Afghanistan in terms of, say, political as well as cultural values. But however, what happened? There's a coup against this the previous Zahir Shah, and Daud Khan established a government. But however, there's a lot of political unrest against this person. So since there is a lot of political unrest, please focus here. 1973, just focus on the timeline. 1973 to 1978, there is a political interest. So now just look at the global level. At a global level, what is happening? Cold War. 19 post World War, now post World War II, that Second World War, 1945 onwards, there's a Cold War. In this Cold War, what is happening? That is, both US and Russia wants to increase their influence across the world. So this is the right time. That is 1973 to 1978. There is political instability. Whereas earlier, this during Zahir Shah's period, it was a strong. That was strong government. Like Nehru, during Nehru period, it was a strong government. Similarly, Zahir Shah had a strong government, but during 1973 to 1978, so there was political unrest during this period. So Russia thought that USSR thought that this is the right moment where we can enter Russia. So where we can enter Afghanistan. So Russia thought that this is the right moment, because between 1973 to 1978, no major, that is no strong government. There was a lot of political unrest. So because of that, Russia thought that it is the right time. So then what Russia did? Russia influenced the government. The Russia influenced the government in Afghanistan. They removed this Daud Khan government and installed their own person under a communist regime. So next point, write down here under this, write down. So that is the third point. That is 1978 till 1992. 1978 till 1992, we had communist rule. We had rule. Communist rule. Communist rule. Communist rule. With the communist rule or communist government, with the support of with the support of okay, this is where things become so quite interesting. So how could Russia enter into Afghanistan? Because 1973 till 1978, there was political unrest. The government was not strong. Russia thought that this is a very good opportunity. We can enter into Afghanistan, install our government, and we can promote communism in that region. So in Cold War, there's a clash in the ideology: capitalist versus communist. So Russia thought, Afghanistan is our neighbor, it's close to us, so we can easily, now that the government is not strong, so we can easily enter Afghanistan and install our government. So what happened in 1978 till 1992? So Russia supported a government in Afghanistan, and this communist regime was ruling Afghanistan. Now what happened? US thought that, that how can Russia support Afghanistan and establish their own government in Afghanistan? We will have to do something. As a reason, just understand this point. As a reason, what US did was, US started supporting few entities who were against the liberal values. I told earlier, right? So Afghanistan is made up of various tribal groups. Each tribal group have their own leaders, and they follow the core Sharia law. When Zahir Shah, when he liberalized the Afghan cultural values, these tribal groups, they were against them, because they want to follow the conservative or say regressive cultural practices. So now what happened in 1978, when Russia entered into Afghanistan, US felt that we couldn't enter into Afghanistan, so we will have to overthrow Russia from Afghanistan. So how can we overthrow Russia from Afghanistan? US started sponsoring these tribal groups. So these are known as mujahidins. They were termed as mujahidins. Mujahidins are the people or the tribal groups who are against the government, who are against this communist government. So US, the current Taliban was created by USA. So the from 2001 till 2021, which USA was fighting, that is USA was fighting against Taliban. Who created this Taliban? USA created this Taliban. When did they create this Taliban? When Russia entered into Afghanistan in 1978, the USA missed the opportunity. 1973 to 1978, unstable government. USA could have entered. USA missed this opportunity. Russia entered into Afghanistan. So when Russia entered into Afghanistan, USA felt that we missed the opportunity. But however, we have to destabilize the government, the Russian government in Afghanistan. That is Russia's influence in Afghanistan. How do we do it? We will influence some militant group in Afghanistan who will fight against the government. So that is the current Taliban are a tribal group who were funded by USA back in 1978. All the guns, all the money to Talibans were given by USA in order to attack this government, in order to attack this communist regime. Fine. So but however, this communist regime was very good in terms of liberal values. Say it emphasized on secularism, it emphasized on women education. So it was all doing all the good things, that is liberal values. Since it was doing good things, the liberal values, promoting liberal values, this irked some of the tribal communities who were following Sharia laws, who were following regressive laws. So as a reason, US thought that acha, these guys are getting irritated against the government due to their liberal values. So what we'll do is that we will give them money, we'll give them weapons so that they can attack the government. So then what happened? So they became Talibans. So they are the current Talibans now. Fine. So here right on 1978 to 1992, communist government was formed with the support of USSR, with the support of USSR, which focused on which focused on which focused which focused on which focused on land reforms, land reforms, land reforms, development, land reforms, development, secularization, secularization, etc. Secularization, etc. So below this, write down. Yes, Osama bin Laden group was funded by USA back then in 1978. Post 1978, all these Taliban groups were funded by USA back then. All the weapons were given by USA back then. Fine. So below this, write on. In 1991, in 1991, in 1991, when USSR got disintegrated, when 1991, when USSR got disintegrated, when USSR got disintegrated in 1991, when USSR got disintegrated, USSR got disintegrated, this communist government, yeah, this communist government lost power, in 1992. This communist government lost power in 1992. Lost power in 1992. Yeah, right on. Between 1978 to 1990 1992, between 1978 to 1992, USA, between 1978 to 1992, USA supported Mujahideen Mujahideen USA supported Mujahideen groups and favored civil war. Civil war favored civil war in Afghan. So, who are these Mujahideen groups? These Mujahideen groups are the tribals who got irked by the communist regime, who were liberalizing, who were promoting the liberal values, say in terms of girls' education, or say in terms of secularization, or in terms of developmental activities. So, these Mujahideen groups who got irked by the developmental activities and the liberal values, they were funded by USA, and this led to various civil wars in during this period 1978 to 1992. Various civil war were taking place. So then what happened, we had Taliban rule. So after 19 yeah so right on here, after 1992 to 1996, political vacuum political vacuum political vacuum political vacuum where multiple Mujahideen groups where multiple Mujahideen groups were fighting for power. So what happened in it is US which created, or say which funded various Mujahideen group, in a sense various tribal groups who were against the government, the then government, that is communist government. One such Mujahideen group is your Taliban. So your Taliban was one such Mujahideen group. So in 1992, what happened? The communist government, 1991, USSR fell down. So it was USSR that was supporting this government. By 1992, this government also became very weak and it fell down. So 1992, this communist government also fell down. From 1992 till 1996, there were multiple Mujahideen groups that were created in Afghanistan. It was supported by US. So these Mujahideen groups were fighting amongst themselves as who will lead the country, as who will be heading the Afghan government. So what happened between 1992 to 1996? There is a political vacuum. No government at all, because all this Mujahideen group are fighting amongst themselves in order to form the government of Afghanistan. So no one could win this war. But what happened in 19 by the end of say 1996, Taliban was one of the Mujahideen group. This became powerful, and this eliminated other Mujahideen group, or suppressed other Mujahideen groups, and Taliban became powerful, and Taliban in 1996 formed the government. In 1996, yeah, understand this, in 1996, Taliban formed the government. Just see the timeline. 1970 up to 1978, there was an unstable government. USSR entered Afghanistan. So as a reason, USA, what it did, USA started funding this Mujahideen group. Not one Mujahideen group, Taliban is one Mujahideen group. The USA started funding various Mujahideen group, giving weapons to various Mujahideen group, and they started attacking the government, and various civil war was created between 1978 to 1992. Yeah, 1992. So in this period, where a civil war was created in order to destabilize the government that was supported by USSR. So in 1991, USSR collapsed. So what happened? So the government that was there in Afghanistan was supported by USSR. Now this USSR is collapsed. This government also collapsed in 1992. Since US had created multiple Mujahideen group in Afghanistan, between 1992 to 1996, all these Mujahideen groups were fighting amongst themselves in order to form the government. So, but however, the successful one was Taliban. So, Taliban emerged as a successful entity among this Mujahideen group. In 1996, Taliban formed the government. So, from 1996 till 2001, Taliban was ruling Afghanistan. Fine. So now write on this Taliban rule. So next one write down. So next point is Taliban rule. Taliban rule. Taliban rule 1996 till 2001. So who cultivated this Taliban? It was USA who cultivated Taliban. Okay, so right on here in 1996, emerged. Taliban emerged as a major force. Taliban emerged as a major force which established. Taliban emerged as a major force which established which established which established a strict which established a Islamic strict Islamic regime which established a strict Islamic regime which established a strict Islamic regime, curbing all liberal values, curbing all liberal values. Okay, so then what happened? So in 2000, yeah, 2001, post 9/11, post 9/11. So next point right on. In 2001, post 9/11, 9/11 attack by Taliban on USA Taliban 9/11 attack by Taliban on USA forced USA to overthrow Taliban government in Afghan under operation enduring freedom in Operation Enduring Freedom. So what happened? So Taliban was ruling Afghanistan between 1996 to 2001. So here they emphasized a lot on the conservative Islamic rule and suppressed all the liberal values, etc. Then what happened? Taliban became very aggressive against the Western power. So it was perceived that Taliban, due to the conservative religious values, it was perceived that the West is attacking the cultures of Islamic regime. So as a reason, so what Taliban did, they attacked US. So as a retaliation, Taliban attacked US, the 9/11 attack, Twin Tower attack. So what happened? So the US got furiated. Why? How come a small entity which US itself developed? Who developed Taliban? It was USA who supported and developed Taliban. This Taliban attacked USA, and USA got furiated, and the USA started attacking Taliban under Operation Enduring Freedom. So under this Operation Enduring Freedom, so what happened? So USA barged into Afghanistan, completely destabilized the Taliban government and overthrew the Taliban government in 2001 itself. So then what happened? USA, with the support of USA established a democratic government in Afghanistan. So what happened in 1978? USSR established one government. Look at the timeline. 1978, USSR came to Afghanistan, established one government, and this government lasted up till 1992. So then what happened? Civil war, and again 1996 till 2001 we had Taliban government. From 2001 till 2021, so another government was formed. This was a democratic government with the support of USA. So then what happened? From 2021 till the present time, we have Taliban government back. Yeah, Taliban government. Now we have Taliban government. So write down here from 2000. Next phase write down 2001 till 2021. 2001 till 2021. 2001 till 2021. 2001 till 2021. USA supported the democratic government. USA supported the democratic government in Afghanistan. USA supported the democratic government in Afghanistan. Okay. So then what happened in 2021? So 2021. So write down here, USA 2021 retreated. USA retreated its force. USA retreated its forces from Afghanistan. Which led to the collapse of Afghan government. Which led to the collapse of Afghan government. Okay. So what happened? So between 2001 to 2021, so after 9/11 attack, US under its Operation Enduring Freedom, so they attacked Taliban and removed Taliban and conducted elections and established one democratic government in Afghanistan. This democratic government was promoting liberal values, and this democratic government was a very close ally to India. You have to understand in this period. In this period, between 2001 to 2021, a democratic government was established in Afghanistan. These democratic governments were very close ally of India. But what happened to this democratically elected government in 2021? In 2021, US started retreating their forces. From Afghanistan. So how come this democratically elected government was stable in Afghanistan? Because US had maintained their army presence in Afghanistan. US had kept their army presence in Afghanistan. So as a reason, they could control the growth of Taliban since beginning, since 2001, they were active, they were on and off, they were attacking the government agencies as the government institutes. But however, due to the US forces in Afghanistan, Taliban was under check. Taliban could not establish itself properly. So what happened in 2021? US was spending a lot of money to maintain their army in Afghanistan. There was a backlash in US at the domestic politics. So in US, in America, the public were against US government to maintain army in Afghanistan, because in order to maintain US army in Afghanistan, it was costing a lot of money to the US government. So it is almost, say, somewhere around, US has spent somewhere around $900 billion. So Indian economy is somewhere around, now it is somewhere around $3 trillion. One third of Indian economy money was spent in Afghanistan. US spent almost $900 billion to for between this 20 years, from 2001 to 2021. So there was a severe backlash by the people against the government. So the government, that is US government, had to retreat its army from Afghanistan. And because of this army, Taliban was not able to grow. Because of US army in Taliban in Afghanistan, Taliban was not able to grow. Once US retreated its army, Taliban had a free pass, and Taliban started attacking the government, the democratically elected government in Afghanistan. So as a reason, what happened by 2021, when US retreated its forces from Afghanistan, this democratically elected government also fell down. Then what happened on 15th August 2021, Taliban claimed itself as a government of Afghanistan. So on 15th August, Taliban itself claimed as a government of Afghanistan. So now currently Taliban is ruling Afghanistan. So this is the evolution. So write down here, next point, write down. So 2021 till present times, Taliban is ruling the government. Taliban has formed the Afghan government. Afghan government. Fine. Okay, this is the evolution of political system. And now let us see what is India's role in this. When with India's war, how did India engage with Afghanistan? So India was a very close ally with Afghanistan during this period. That is, say 2001 till 2021, India had a very close relation with Afghanistan because it was a democratically elected government. And during the initial phase, during Shah's period, so we had a close relation, say up to 1973. Say from 1950, when we signed the Treaty of Friendship, 1950 till 1973, India had a good relation with Afghanistan. And later on, there were turmoils, no adequate good relation with Afghanistan. But however, from 2001 till 2021, we had good relation with Afghanistan. But what happened after 2021, when US retreated its force, this democratically elected government in Afghanistan was removed, and Taliban came into this place. So Taliban was the one who hijacked Taliban with support of Taliban's, that is the militants hijacked Indian aeroplane and then they landed in Kandahar airport, that is Afghanistan Kandahar airport. Taliban was a crucial player in this one, that is hijacking India's aeroplane. And Taliban also supports the militant group who were attacking India. So Taliban Taliban was always having anti-India stance. So Taliban was supporting the militant group who in Pakistan to attack India. Taliban supported the hijack of Indian airplane to Afghanistan. So Taliban was always against India. So during Taliban's regime, that is say 1996, from 1996 till 2001, we did not have a great engagement with Afghanistan because Taliban was ruling, and we were considering Taliban as a terror outfit. So between 2001 till 2021, we did not negotiate with Taliban at all. So it was only after 2021, when the democratically elected government fell down, we had to face the reality. The reality is that Taliban, which is a terror outfit, is now the government of Afghanistan, and we have to engage with them. So it was after 2021, India's stance changed. That is between 2001 to 2021, India had considered Taliban as a terror outfit, and we never negotiated with this Taliban terror outfit. It was after 2021, when the democratically elected government was removed, so Taliban formed a government in Afghanistan. We had to engage with Taliban. Fine. So this one right on. So next point right on. Relation between relation relation between India Afghan India Afghan. In short, we will understand this relation between India and Afghanistan. So first point right on, 1950s to 1973, 1950s to 1973, India-Afghan had good diplomatic relation. India-Afghan had good diplomatic relation. India-Afghan had good diplomatic relation under King Zahir Shah. Under King Zahir Shah. Under King Zahir Shah. Second point right on, 1989 to 1978 to 1992. 1978 to 1992. India maintained diplomatic relation with the communist government of Afghanistan. India maintained diplomatic relation with the communist government in Afghanistan. 1996 till 2001. No diplomatic engagement. No diplomatic engagement with Afghan as it was ruled by Taliban. Okay, from say 2001 till 2021, this was a golden period between India-Afghan relationship. So because from 2001 to 2021, it was a democratically elected government. Since it was a democratically elected government, and it was also backed by US, so India had a great relationship with this this 2001 to 2021. What are the governments that were formed? So between right on 2001 to 2021, India had a great India had a great diplomatic relation, great diplomatic, great diplomatic relation with the democratically elected government in Afghan, with the democratically elected government in Afghan, with the democratically elected government in Afghan, with the democratically elected government in Afghan. India also signed a strategic partnership. India also signed a strategic partnership agreement. Strategic. India also signed a strategic partnership agreement with Afghan in 2011 in 2011 in 2011. So in this period, we had a good relation between India and Afghanistan. So it was a democratically elected government, and we also signed a strategic partnership agreement. Strategic partnership agreement is above something called as a bilateral relationship. So that is, strategic partnership agreement relates with having interaction, having close partnership with various sectors for a very long duration. So that is your strategic partnership agreement. Not just have a bilateral relationship in terms of, say, some trade in few commodities, or say in terms of just defense. So we had a strategic partnership agreement, means we will have cooperation in various sectors for a very long time. So that concept is called a strategic partnership agreement. So in 2011, we signed a strategic partnership with Afghanistan. So we had a very cordial relation. So during this period, India was taking India's stance was completely against Taliban. So India never negotiated with Taliban. India was considering Taliban as a terror outfit. But what did Pakistan do? So Pakistan considered Pakistan divided Taliban as good Taliban and bad Taliban. So good Taliban are the ones who can form the government, and Pakistan also considered there are some Talibans who are militant. So India did not accept this one. So India told that all the Talibans are bad Taliban and they are terror outfits. But however, China also was quite intelligent, and what China did, China also started engaging with Taliban. And but India's stance was that we will not engage with Taliban. We will engage only with the democratically elected government. That was India's stance up till 2021. So in 2021, what happened when USA left Afghanistan, this democratically elected government, which India had a great relation, so this government fell down. Now Taliban came into place. Now Taliban has formed a government in Afghanistan. So earlier, before 2021, we never engaged with Taliban. We never considered Taliban as one credible entity. Now that Taliban has become a government, has formed a government, we post 2021, so India has started engaging with Taliban. So right on here. So next point, right on, post 2021, post 2021, post 2021, India started engagement. India started diplomatic engagement with Taliban gradually. India started diplomatic engagement with Taliban Gradually, post 2021, India started a diplomatic engagement with Taliban. Gradually, India started a diplomatic engagement with Taliban gradually. Okay, so now currently we are engaging with Taliban. Up till 2021, we our India stance was that we will not engage with Taliban, and we had considered the Taliban as a terror outfit. In fact, that's a terror outfit. But however, now the reality is that Taliban is in the government. Taliban has formed the Afghan government. There is no alternative. Taliban, we have to engage with Taliban because we have invested a lot. That is, we have invested a lot in Afghanistan, and we need to protect our assets in Afghanistan. And similarly, Afghanistan is a gateway to Central Asia. In order to enter Central Asia, one is via Pakistan we can enter Central Asia, or via Afghanistan we can enter Central Asia. Pakistan is not allowing us. If you see the map, so Pakistan, if we have to enter Central Asia, that is via Pakistan we can enter Central Asia, or via Afghanistan, that is from Iran we will go to Afghanistan, we can enter Central Asia. So Pakistan is not allowing this entry, that is Pakistan is not allowing us to enter Afghanistan, enter Central Asia. The only available alternative now is that we can enter Afghanistan, and from Afghanistan, via Afghanistan we can enter Central Asia. So Central Asia is very crucial, so because it has a lot of natural resources. In order to explore those natural resources, we require Afghanistan. So now let us consider the evolution. That is what is India's role in Afghan development. And let us understand this India's role in Afghan development. So write down here India's role in Afghan development. So first one, write down infrastructure. Write down infrastructure development. India's role in Afghan development. First one, write down infrastructure. India helped in India India helped in India helped in the construction of India helped in the construction of various infrastructure in Afghanistan. Various infrastructure in Afghanistan. Various infrastructure in Afghanistan. Example: the Parliament building of Afghanistan. Example: the Parliament building of Afghanistan. Parliament building of Afghanistan. Salma Dam. This Salma Dam. Salma Dam construction. Salma Dam construction for agriculture and drinking water purpose. Salma Dam construction for agriculture and drinking water purpose. Drinking water purpose. Next one. India supports, next point, right on. India supports Afghan. India supports Afghan in terms of education and healthcare. In terms of education and healthcare. Education and healthcare. education and healthcare. So India has invested a lot of money in construction and supporting of various universities in Afghanistan. So India has a very, that is the university professors from India go to Afghanistan, and Afghanistan university professors comes to India. There's a lot of student exchange program that is taking place. So India has supported a lot of the activities in terms of education, and even from health perspective, India has constructed a lot of hospitals in Afghanistan. India has given training to all the healthcare professionals in Afghanistan. So both in health and education, India has played an important role in Afghanistan. And similarly, in terms of capacity building, India also provides training to the government officers in Afghanistan. So below this next point right now, India provides training to the government officers. So training. India provides training to the government officers of Afghan. Provides training to the government officers of Afghan. Fine. So India has a various, that is India has helped Afghanistan in various aspects, that is in various developmental assistance, and India also has provided military supports. So write down here below this, write down India military assistance. India has provided equipments, military equipments. India has provided military equipments, military equipments. India has provided military equipments to Afghan Defense Force, that is Afghan Army, to Afghan Defense Force, Defense Forces, to Afghan Defense Forces. India has provided military equipments to Afghan Defense Forces. Okay. So India has done a lot of developmental activities in Afghanistan. India has supported Afghanistan in every aspect. Say, be it infrastructure construction, be it military support we have given, be it education, health sector. A lot of support India has provided to Afghanistan. So as a reason, so what happened in 2021? That is in 2021. Sorry, 2011. India signed a strategic partnership agreement in terms of, so below this write down strategic partnership agreement 2011, strategic partnership agreement 2011, in sectors like security, in sector strategic partnership agreement 2011, in sectors like security, trade and investment, security, trade and investment, developmental cooperations, and the last one is people to people contact, or say people to people relations, people to people relation. So in 2011, so since post 2001, so we have been investing a lot in Afghanistan, and Afghanistan government is also supporting India. So in 2011, what happened? So we thought that it would be better if we have a strategic partnership agreement in the sense having cooperation in various sectors for a long duration. So that is called as a strategic partnership agreement. So in which are the sectors that we emphasize? The first emphasis was on security, trade and investment, developmental cooperations, and people to people contact, or so people to people relation. In these aspects, so we signed a strategic partnership agreement with Afghanistan in 2011. So the next one is Heart of Asia. So write down this Heart of Asia, Istanbul process. Heart of Asia, we'll stop it here. From tomorrow, we'll take up from this topic. Heart of Asia process, Heart of Asia, Istanbul process, IP, Istanbul process. Okay, so tomorrow we'll start from this topic, Heart of Asia, Istanbul process. Fine. Okay, so chalo then. So thank you. Thank you guys. If there's any doubt, please let me know. Okay. Thank you, Srushti. Thank you, Ketan. Okay, bye. Okay. Chandan, so see, supporting the democratically elected government is a costly affair. US spent $900 billion in 20 years. So Indian economy is $3 trillion. So matlab one third of Indian economy was spent in Afghanistan in 20 years. So that's what India and US cannot spend a lot of money in. Sorry, India and Russia cannot spend a lot of money in Afghanistan to maintain a democratically elected government. Jagdish, it will come under defense. All the best, Tra. Okay, do your exams well. Okay. Okay, I'll yeah, for the people who are writing answers, it's a humble request. Please write your email ID on the answer sheet itself so that it will be helpful for me to immediately send it. So what I do is that I get some 30-40 emails, so I download all the PDF, put it in one place, evaluate and send it. So if you don't write your email, so what happens is that I need to see who has sent this email. I have to cross verify with the original copy and then revert it back. So that's the reason. If you just write your email ID on the paper, it would be easy for me. Nihal, see, indulging in the military force to acquire POK is a very, very costly affair. And we must note that Pakistan is also a nuclear power. India is also nuclear power. So, yeah, anything can happen. So that's the reason. Yes, Chandan. Write it in PDF. On the PDF itself, the name, either name the PDF as your email ID, or in the answers next to the question write your email ID, so that I'll note that email ID and send it immediately. Shweta, when India supports, okay, doesn't India supporting Taliban and engaging with it means supporting terrorism indirectly? See, that's the reality, Shweta. No alternative. So Taliban is